Before coming to Harvard, I was working in development. My first job was in a refugee camp in northern Uganda, working with a large aid organization. And I was disillusioned by a lot of what I saw happening in traditional aid. And at the same time, was working in places where you don't see the market serving the needs of low-income consumers. So as a Reynolds Fellow at the Kennedy School, I actually was introduced to Acumen Fund for the first time. We had done a field trip as fellows to New York to meet with different social entrepreneurs. And included in that trip was a meeting with Jacqueline Novogratz, who's the CEO of Acumen Fund. And it was really on that trip that I realized that Acumen was at the intersection of the kind of work I wanted to do, working between development and the market and business. Acumen Fund's a nonprofit venture capital fund focused on the poor, which sounds a bit oxymoronic, but we invest in entrepreneurs who are building businesses that deliver basic goods and services, healthcare, housing, water, energy, and agriculture, to low-income people in ways they can afford. So pay-per-use toilets in downtown Nairobi, solar LED lights for low-income families in India, products and services that people need in their daily lives. At Acumen Fund, I'm currently leading our expansion into West Africa. So we currently work in India and Pakistan. I'll be opening a new office for us in Ghana. So Acumen is committed to building local leadership to run our local offices. So I'll be finding talent, and it's a new kind of talent. It's talent that has business skills, but is working for less money, but concerned about social impact. So building the team, finding great entrepreneurs to invest in, and these are entrepreneurs who are some of the most remarkable and crazy people on the planet, but going out and finding those businesses. One of the challenges for impact investors right now is to think about how you measure success. So in some ways, financial metrics are the easiest to develop. You can look at how much money a company's making, whether it's covering its costs, but thinking through how we measure social impact is a much more complex challenge. And so for Acumen, when we look at a toilet company in Kenya, how do you measure social impact is one of our biggest challenges right now. So much of Catherine Reynolds' vision is that the traditional sectors as we know them are changing, and you're seeing more of real social change happening at the intersection of the private sector, the nonprofit sector, and government. And Acumen really sits at that nexus. It's building a new industry, which in many ways is what Catherine Reynolds did, and she created her student loan companies that had never been done before. And I think her vision for the fellowship is to seed that kind of leadership, people who are thinking about new forms of capitalism in many ways. And I think in the Fellows alumni, you see the seeds of that around the world. I think the Reynolds Fellowship really changed a lot of our imaginations about what's possible, and you see fellows really going out and creating new ways of doing things in a way that's exciting. And it also created a cohort of people who can rely on each other, support each other, and the Fellows alumni are some of my closest friends and colleagues now.